Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I came across something that was brought to my attention that Rich Piana may be ending his cycle. You guys can read what he wrote up in the thing above. And people say, Jason, why do you talk about Rich Piana? What's the deal with him? Well, besides the fact that in a way it can be clickbait, a lot of people want to see it, there's a reason Rich Piana draws so much attention in YouTube fitness, and that's because he is a very different guy. The guy he's unique. He is very unique in this industry, and I'll give him that. And that makes him someone who it's very interesting to talk about in certain ways. And it's because Rich is so outgoing, but he is also so open about what he does. Like he's brutally honest about his drugs and everything. And it's something people are simply not used to. It's something I'm not used to seeing people do publicly. And it's very clear that he suffers from bigorexia and body image disorders, and in a way they've made his life unhappy, and so it makes it an interesting thing to look at. And what do I mean by it's made his life unhappy? Well, this is an example you guys could look at. A lot of you guys suffer from body image disorders, maybe not to the degree that Rich does, but when you look at Rich's life by all Western standards of what we aspire for as a society, or we tell young men to aspire for, Rich has achieved. I mean, let's be realistic here. Rich has a life and a lifestyle that the overwhelming majority of you out there would probably kill for. He has a massive house. Guy cruises around in a Bentley. He cruises around in a Maserati. He has a new Icelandic wife who's hot and something like 15 or 20 years younger than him. Seems to have a happy relationship with her. He's wealthy. He's done well for himself in business, and again has a lot of freedom to do kind of whatever he wants with his life. So by most standards, he has a pretty fantastic life that a lot of guys are going to be jealous of. I mean, honestly, he really does. The guy's got it made on so many levels, yet he has that empty hole in him that he has to fill with the size and the muscle. And I know people say, well, I do this because it's what I love. Maybe that's true. And for a lot of you, it is what you love. And if you're lifting and you're training for size or training for aesthetics or whatever you do genuinely enriches your life and it brings you joy and happiness, then by all means, don't reassess. If it's not hurting your health and it's making you happy, I can't knock it. I can't criticize you. I have nothing to be critical of. It's enriching your life and you're bettering yourself. But in Rich's case, we see something so interesting, and that's why it's interesting to look at this and why he can be really an example of learning for you guys. In the past, I felt like maybe Rich being public with this cycle that he was doing in his bigger bite of the day thing might have been a very negative thing. I was a little concerned about that, setting a bad example for the younger, more impressionable subscribers. But I think, in a way, he's done the exact opposite. When I look at it objectively and I try to step back and look at this, I actually have to give the guy credit because, in a way, his change and what he's just posted has completely changed my outlook on what he's doing with this project. Because you have a guy here, he's publicly admitting he's miserable at this size. He's proven everything he wants to prove. And this is a case of him stepping back. And I think it's that cognitive dissonance that Rich, at this point, I think a light bulb went off that he knows that his health is going to suffer. He feels miserable. His quality of life has decreased. He isn't happy with what he's done. This is a man who can kind of afford to do probably whatever he wants. Has freedoms most people don't have because he's been a successful businessman. He has built an empire for himself. And he's went to do something because he has that hole he needs to fill from that body image disorder and that bigorexia, the muscle dysmorphia. And he tried to fill it, and he went ahead and went for it and gave it 100%. I mean, he gave 100%. He gave 100% to his drugs. He gave 100% to the food. He gave 100% in the gym. Like, I don't think anyone can say that he didn't go all out, because he did. And he surpassed what he was trying to achieve. But it didn't make him happy. It's making him miserable because he feels miserable at that size. And he's realizing that as you get older, you can't play games like that. And I'm hoping that that's the reality that's going to dawn in on guys. A lot of this obsession with your body and physique, don't let it hold you back from happiness. If it is something that's causing you stress in your life or distress in your life, rather than enriching your life, that's the sort of stuff you need to go see a counselor about, a therapist about. It's when it's time for you to reassess what you're doing. And I think he had a bit of an epiphany there that Rich did exactly that. He's stepping back and reassessing what he's doing because the guy's got a fantastic life, and his life has actually been reduced, the quality of it, by this project. The guy's got it made. He's got a great life. Yet he's miserable at that size because being that big will make you miserable. It is unhealthy. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel irritable. You're going to feel out of energy. And in his age, in his 40s, you just can't do that. Being on that much gear, eating that much junk food, empty calories, pushing your body weight over 300 pounds can kill you. And I think it's sad in a way that people have that level of body image disorder of when they've actually reached a threshold in their life to where they pretty well have it made. And I don't just mean financially. I'm talking in terms of freedom to do what you want. He's obtained that freedom. He's got a good relationship, got a great woman, great business, and he has freedom that a lot of people don't have. And when your bigorexia or your body image disorder is pushing you in a direction to where it's interfering with being able to enjoy those things, being able to enjoy the fruits of your labors, then it's problematic. And I'm hoping that he really had that type of epiphany, because I would love to see Rich turn that around and take all of this fame that he's gotten on the internet and take his resources and step back and tell guys, hey, don't let your body image disorders destroy your happiness and destroy your joy, and make it to where you can't appreciate and enjoy the fruits of your labor and the fruits of your hard work. Because if that happens, it makes it all pointless. And I really hope, and I think I'm just holding out for this, I think that might be what happened with Rich, that he has reached to that type of epiphany, and that eventually he is going to share that with his fan base, and he's going to turn all of that around, and he's going to help younger guys to understand that. I'm hoping that's what he's going to do. And if he ends up going that direction with it, I will probably never say another negative word about Rich. I'll do nothing but say positive things about him if he ends up doing that, because if he does, and I'm thinking he might in the long term, that's just kind of the vibe I get. And if he does that, I'm going to have nothing but respect and props for that. How can I not? All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. If you enjoyed this video or you enjoy my work in general, please remember to click like down below. If you do so, thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe and share this video with others. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.